Is this the perfect camera? Well, not quite. I've got a few gripes with this. First of all, while it looks really nice and compact when you have it like this, as soon as you turn it on, not so compact. The second thing that really bugs me about this is the way that the zoom works. It's on this rocker here, which you'd normally use as an on-off button, so you can zoom, but I can't find any way to change that. And what annoys me about that is that I'd love to put it on this manual focus ring when I'm not using manual focus mode, but that doesn't seem to be an option. The other thing you might have just noticed is that the zoom is slow. That's how long it just took to go from fully in to fully out. It's a couple of seconds. In the modern world where you just twist and go, that is a long time. So it's not great for fast action shots. And while you're probably not going to be using this to shoot your next sporting event, I can see it being really popular with parents, and we all know that kids move incredibly quickly. So that's something to be aware of. There are a few software glitches on this one. Hopefully nothing that can't be ironed out before it hits the public shelves, but we are using quite an early version of the software, so just worth being aware of. But enough of the bad, let's look at the good. I think that there is a lot to really like about this. First things first, it is incredibly compact. All right, not in this setting, but when you're just moving around with it, that is almost pocketable, but certainly with a wrist strap and holding it in your hand, completely not cumbersome. Second of all, there's a good amount of control on here. I think if you're a manual shooter, you're gonna absolutely love this because you can just shoot it in full manual mode, and it's a really nice small point and shoot. I can see this being really popular with professional photographers as like a side camera. You know, you've got your big professional setup with your long lens and whatever, but you just want to have something on the side so that you don't have to whip that out all the time, and this is a great option. And of course, the main pull of this is that Leica look. It is absolutely here. It's here in spades, in fact. You'd be hard pressed, I think, to tell images shot on this away from Q, SL and M series cameras. I really genuinely believe that. The color profiles are fantastic. You do have less of the Leica looks available on here. We've got the vivid, we've got the high contrast monochrome, we've got the standard black and white, the standard, I think that might be it. But in any case, you've got enough of the usual suspects to make your way around. You can also shoot full RAW on this, which is a great plus. And also it just retains that perfect Leica simplicity. One of the things I've absolutely loved in the past about shooting Q and SL series cameras, and even M series cameras, there's nothing to get in the way. You don't stumble over anything. Even on a camera like this, which is really small and has quite a minimal setup of physical buttons, there's only 5 pages on the menu. The main menu is everything you want, nothing you don't, and it's really easy to find everything else. And that lets you get away from diving through menus and focus on what's really important, which is taking photos. I guess what it all comes down to is this worthwhile? It's £1,450. Now that is not cheap, granted, but in the world of cameras, it's not a bad price really. And actually when we're talking about Leica camera specifically, that's a certified bargain. I don't think it's right for everyone. The speed of the zoom and things like that are just infuriating at times. But I did manage to capture some absolutely fantastic photos. I took this away with me on a long weekend trip, and it's absolutely perfect in that environment because it's small, doesn't get in the way, but the results are staggering. Is it worth the money? I think so. There's obviously going to be a right kind of person to buy this. Well, firstly, you need to have a fair bit of disposable cash on the hip, but I can see this being really popular with new parents who maybe have that little bit more income and just want to get the best quality photos without faffing around with a full mirrorless interchangeable lens setup. So ultimately, if you're in the market for probably the best compact camera money can buy, it's here, this one.